As a chef, people are always asking me, what's the most important thing about cooking? And I say there are three things. The first one is keep it fresh, keep it simple. The second one is have a passion and enjoy what you cook. And the third one, that's the most important one. Use the best quality ingredients and know where your food comes from. Now today I'm going to be using two of my favourite ingredients. The first one is Parma ham and the second one is Parmigiano-Reggiano. To be honest with you, these two fantastic ingredients just could be freshly sliced or shaved and served with a beautiful glass of wine. But I'm going to show you how to cook with them, but we're going to keep it simple. We're going to make a savoury polenta muffin, which are going to be baked, split, stuffed and served with a basil salsa. All we now need to do is find the perfect wine to go with them. So Nathan, now
Hi.
Hi there. Now I got a bit of a challenge for you.
Look at all of this stuff.
I can see your brain working.
Yeah, well, I've got to start planning quick. So what have you got?
So we got the Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese and the Parma ham. They're the sort of two hero ingredients. Okay, so they've got the PDO stamp, which is the protected designation of origin status. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to come up with.
Yeah, I've got some ideas, so I'm going to go away and figure it out.
I'm
going to leave you to cook.
Thank you.
Because that's what you do best.
All right, so to make these polenta muffins, you need to preheat your oven to gas mark 5, that's 190 degrees Celsius. And the first thing you want to do is to take some non-stick muffin wells and you want to take a little bit of olive oil. You're now going to make your polenta muffins. So take a large mixing bowl, some flour, and also some baking powder. Next thing you want to add is the polenta. Pinch of black pepper going through. Now we're going to add the Parmigiano-Reggiano into the mixture, and we want to use 2/3 of this, and it's been freshly grated. Let's just add that straight in. So these are all the dried ingredients. Now we're going to put together the wet ingredients. The first thing I'm going to do is to take the Parma ham, and I'm just going to very, very roughly chop it. We need a big mixing jug, and into this we're going to add just a couple of medium eggs, extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to do 4 tablespoons. And then we're going to add the sun blush tomatoes. Final thing going in to our wet ingredients, which is the Parma ham. And just pick it up like that and just drop it straight into your mixture. So we've got our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients, and we're now ready to mix them together. Bring in your greased muffin wells. You want to be quite generous when you fill them. Okay, don't play with the tops, don't level them off. All you've got to do now is cook them for about 15 minutes. I'm going to show you 2 simple accompaniments to go with them. And the first one is to use the rest of the Parmigiano-Reggiano. And remember, we saved some back to add to some creme fraiche. So here's the creme fraiche, a little bit of black pepper, freshly ground black pepper going in, and in goes the cheese. And then just mix that gently through as you go. Right, so moving on to the basil salsa, which is going to be lovely and fresh. For this we've got little plum tomatoes, which we're just going to cut into quarters. Really important that they're really lush and sweet. Take a mixing bowl, a good shake of extra virgin olive oil, a bit more black pepper, just going over there like that. The red onion, you can just sprinkle that in. Mix it together, and then the basil. And then just very easily just pull the fresh basil through all those wonderful ingredients. And you're almost ready to serve. Smells fabulous in here. Now, the big tip is to just let them sit in their little muffin wells for 1 or 2 minutes before you try and get them out. I think it's quite nice if you cut them on a jaunty angle and you can put them onto a plate and just place it like that. And then you've got cheesy cream, which you can just spoon on like that. And then that fresh basil salsa. And then finally, the 2 stars of the show, the Parmigiano-Reggiano, some fresh shavings, and just drape on your Parma ham. And there it is, absolutely fabulous. I've been really looking forward to this.
Yes, well, so have I. I could smell that coming in, and it looks fantastic. Now,
Good.
I guess you're probably wondering which wines I went with.
Well,
Anticipation?
I think it's probably a bit tricky.
Yeah, well, yes and no. But I decided to go with white Burgundy. Now, I've got a couple here. The first one is a Saint Véran, which is fairly widely available.
Yeah, I've had that before.
A really, really lovely wine. But I decided to go with something a little bit more unusual and, well, one of my favorites. Here it is. It's a Pernod Vergelès. And it's from the Côte de Beaune, which is more northern Burgundy, and is sort of one of the originators of, have you heard of terroir? I'm sure you've heard of terroir. Yeah. Well, Burgundy was one of the first places to do it, to understand that the soil that you grew the grapes in really made a difference to the wines, and they actually started working out which plots were better to plant certain grapes, and this was something they were doing long before most of the world even knew what terroir was, so it's quite special for that. This is a really intricate wine. There's a lovely sort of
It's got a really,
pale yellow there.
Oh,
beautiful, isn't it? Sort of
honey
and acacia. A little bit of almond maybe in there as well.
Oh, I love this bit. Wow, that is quite something.
It's incredibly long in the mouth, and you can feel your whole mouth sort of coming alive. And that's the beautiful acidity. You've got all that richness in the wine, which I think
will work with this.
It's going to go fantastic with that.
Shall we try?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Wow, that really does work, doesn't it?
It's perfect, actually. They just marry so well together, those flavors. And all those things, all the component parts fitting so well together and marrying so beautifully.
Yeah.
Your glass is empty.
Pour me some more.